Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another full game commentary. In this one, I will be playing Ryze on the PBE, and this is gonna be reworked Ryze. So before I get into the abilities, let me figure out. I'm just gonna go with this. I don't really play Ryze often, so I'm just gonna pretend that this is a good start, and hope I am right about that. So Ryze on the PBE currently has a bit of a rework, a pretty decent one at that. The main things rather that are different is his passive, his Q, and his ultimates. So let's quickly go over those. I played him on the custom game very quickly just so I can get a better understanding of his abilities. His passive, every spell cast gives him this arcane mastery, this new buff, and every time he casts 5 spells. So think of it kind of like an anti-passive, but except this one actually has a timer, so you have 12 seconds to kind of refresh it and use another spell before all the buffs go off. But once you get 5 buffs, you get a shield that's 25 plus 44 of your that blocks that much damage, which is 8% of your maximum mana. And the cool thing is the fact that he still has that feeling of being able to cast spells and reduce cooldowns, but now it's only when you use your Q, and it's only when you have this arcane mastery thing activated for just a few 3 seconds that it lasts for. But the cooldown on your abilities is reduced by the cooldown on your Q ability, so in this case 3.8 seconds. So his other spells by overload's cooldown, and I don't think it actually works on overload itself. I don't think it does, but we'll find out, which is a little unfortunate. So that's how that works, which is pretty cool. He still scales very well off of mana, every single ability of course going off of mana, but another major thing, which is I think a really good change, is the fact that his Q is now a skill shot. So it actually requires a bit more skill to play Ryze now. I think that's a great thing to do. I hate champions that don't have any form of skill shots. You don't really have a lot of counterplay, and it's just kind of boring and dull. So now that we have this, I'll throw the Q right now so you guys can see how it looks like. Boom, kind of like that. Pretty cool. The damage is more or less the same thing. It's just, oops, I wasn't paying attention. But his auto attack is actually different too. You see the way he fires it? It's not like a lightning bolt as it is on the live server. It's like, I don't know what that really is, but it's just kind of, I don't know. I'm not really sure what it is. It's just a little like spark of energy that he kind of throws off. Pretty neat, I guess. Nothing too special, but I mean, it's nice. His W and his E are more or less the same thing from what I understand. I mean, nothing major happened there. And the major thing that happened with his ultimate is the fact that now he has a passive 10% cooldown reduction, and it goes up to, I believe, 30%. 30% at rank 3. That is a ridiculous amount of cooldown reduction. I don't know, I just think that's a lot. So now you see I use my Q, you see I have these little like runes around me. So every time I use he's kind of going after me here. It was a good trade for him because he had his passive proc there, so not bad at all for him. Got my Q there. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna see if I can activate my thing with my W, kind of like he did it right now. Boom. So that one a bit more in my favor, I would say. But you kind of get the idea. So I wasn't actually looking. I don't know if the Q cooldown went down or not with itself. Like, I don't know if it reduces the cooldown of itself. Don't think it did, but it might have. Just I didn't really look at it. Alright, get that one right there. I'm not gonna auto attack that one just yet. See, I don't think I can see his let's wait till he casts a spell, but I don't think it shows the enemy Ryze's passive, like how far he's into it, you know? Like, I'm not really sure. He's not casting any spells, so I can't really check right now. Kind of waiting for him to cast a spell, any spell. Anything. Anything, my friend. Got him there nicely. Ooh, he got me there too. Oh, it does show it. Okay, okay, so never mind. It does show it. Oh, he hit me and I didn't hit him. Hey! That's a good one by him. Could have missed a lot of the CS, but get this one. Got my E now, so the E still reduces the MR, and it still jumps between people and, Ryze himself. That's all the same. His ultimate gives him huge movement speed, 80. I don't think it's the same thing. I can't remember if it's the same or not on the live server. Well, I don't know if it's 80, but it's quite a lot. So that's pretty cool too. But again, the major thing is definitely his passive and his Q. So he's down on all potions. I still have mine. So I'm going to use it right now though. And after this potion is done, we should be on about the same level of playing field here. Well, I don't know, maybe not after that one. Looks like my Jax is coming in. I want to use my Q there. Proc my passive, unfortunately, but I'm just trying to CS it down here. I actually missed the CS too, which is bad. I'm missing a lot of CS here. I can get this guy right now. Alright, flash in 4. I mean, his W is still a skill shot. I think that's pretty bad. I don't want to get this. I don't think we should get this because, yeah, Lee Sin's coming. So you see like a little mark on the ground whenever I throw my E out. I'm pretty sure that mark indicates how far the AoE is. Like in what AoE it will actually bounce to other targets. And it's only within that small little area, which is a little bit of a difference. Unleash an orb that does that much damage and reduces the magic resist by 8% for 5 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. Let's go ahead and pick this up and then get both of these. So, like I said, he still scales exceptionally well off of mana, so I'm just going to go ahead and get both of the mana stacking items, which of course being the Rod of Ages and the Tear of the Goddess. Is that what it's even called? Yeah, it's okay. I meant to say Archangel Staff, but I thought I mispronounced it for a second. So his E has 50 damage plus 10 and then 19 mana, of course, stacking up to 3 times, reduces it by 8% for each stack. And after it hits the nearby, after hitting, Spell Flux bounces to nearby enemies, including Ryze, but it does less damage on the same target before it returns to the original target. So it seems like it hits many targets, and then the last and the first hit are always on the same target. That's what it seems like. So let me go ahead and... You can't... It's hard to see it though. Like I don't really see the projectile flying after I throw it. I'm not sure if I'm just being blind or what's going on there, but I don't see it. Like it's... You can... Oh, I see. So it is different. Okay, I didn't even actually notice that because it's so hard to see, but it's not one thing that flies anymore. It's one thing that flies out of the initial target. So, okay, I see how it works now. So you hit the initial target, like right now, and then it flies away from that target, hits everything, as many things as it can, up to 6 targets, and then flies right back into the same target. So it hits the initial target twice, hitting everything around that target as well. And then going back to the original target. Very, very interesting. It's my thing by accident. I'm gonna throw another Q at him though. Like that. Alright. Okay, that's really cool actually. I actually didn't even realize. I was playing a custom game at the particle effects were just so tiny that it was honestly hard to see. You see, it hits him, but then it goes back. So you want to use it on the target because it hits that target twice, it seems like. And I'm assuming that does more damage. This is one of those abilities where I need to like kind of see it in slow motion to really understand how it works, because I'm having... Because I don't know if when you throw it out, like the little small things that come out from the initial target can hit the secondary targets twice or not. Up to 6 secondary targets. Okay, so let's see how many times it'll hit like this one here. So if I throw it out on this guy here, once, yeah, see it only hit them once, but I think that's because it had a lot of targets around him. So let's kind of mitigate some of the targets and let's try that one more time right now. See, don't think it does that. So it looks like it only hits him once. I'm not really sure though. He's not going after me. I thought he might. So another thing you want to start understanding is how do you want to proc the passive? I mean, do you want to proc it with your Q or do you not want to proc it with your Q? Yeah, so see, it doesn't reduce the cooldown itself, the Q. Oh, actually, wait, I can't. Oh, I see, okay. So I think it actually does. As long as I can actually use the Q while, well, I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. Because I mean, I have a basic idea of how all the abilities work, but when it comes to the really fine details, I'm still kind of understanding it. And trying to see how it really does work. So we're going to go ahead and proc his passive with not his Q. I don't know if I should max my W. We'll leave it for now and I'll figure it out later. Let's go ahead and use an E here. Let's use a W here. Now that I have it. Okay, so it doesn't. So the Q itself doesn't reduce its cooldown. From what I understand there. Because I had the passive proc, I would use it with my W, and I threw the Q out. And the Q was still at the 3.5 second cooldown. Wait. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Where's my this Dabo right here? Let's get that. Let's get one potion. I think one potion is nicer. Boom. Alright, so what is this base damage? 65 base damage, 50 base damage, 25 plus 27, 34 plus 34. That's really nice. But this is single target. This is AoE. So do I want to do more single target damage and root him for longer? Or do I want more AoE and pushing power? Let's go for the single target. I want to max my W next. Because it roots for longer. I think the fact that it roots for longer is a really good thing. Oops, that was an accident. Alright. Wow, that's actually really OP because you can... wow. What was that? Yeah, that was like 4 roots. No, it was 3. But that's really... what the... I don't know what I just did, but it worked. And I think I did it in the right way. I'm honestly not even sure what I did. I can't remember. Did I activate my passive with the Q? I don't think you should be activating your passive with the Q. I think that's the one you don't want to activate it with. I think you want to activate it with your E or your W, preferably your E, and then W, and then Q. Because the passive lasts for 4 seconds, so my Q is at a duration where it'll actually refresh its cooldown. He's gonna go on it. I know you are. Right. Oh, fuck. Alright. Not streaming, man. This is really strong. My goodness, what is going on here? This is ridiculously strong. Like, okay, so from what I understand, if you use your any other ability other than your Q to proc your passive, because your passive doesn't reduce the Q's cooldown itself, only the Q reduces everything else's cooldown. So let's say you proc it with E. You have your passive, boom, right? You reduce their MR by 16% since it'll hit the initial target twice, I'm assuming. Even though it stacks up to 3 times. I guess it stacks up to 3 times because you can get it off so many times with your passive. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Because that's the only way to really stack it more than once on secondary targets. While on the initial target, you get 2 stacks automatically, I'm assuming, since it hits it twice. The initial and the back. So then, yeah, so you want to use your E, procs the passive, you W for the root, it's at 12-second cooldown, and then you throw the Q. The Q cooldown is 3.5. Your W goes down by a lot. But, hold on. Causing his spellcast to reduce the cooldown of his other spells. Oh! Oh, I see. Oh my goodness. I am so bad. For some reason I read it as overload is the only thing that reduces the cooldown. But it's only overload's cooldown that it uses. But every spellcast can reduce it. Oh! I see now. So then in that case, you want to use your Q. No, I think you want to use your W to proc it. No, you don't want to. Wait. Yeah, I think you want to use your W to proc it, because then you want to use all the other abilities to use it really fast, and then you can get your W off cooldown and then use your ultimate as well. So you want to make sure you use your ultimate. Like, let's stack it up and let's get it going here. Okay, so well, that's not gonna work very well. Ah, I see how it works. Okay. That makes so much sense. That is really, actually, that is very strong. Why would that happen like that? That is... I didn't think it would work like that. I thought that it was that only the Q can reduce the cooldown of every other ability. That's what I thought. Because that makes sense to me. But this is way too strong. It shouldn't be like this. I think this is way too strong. They should definitely make it something else. You can have like 3 rotations of all your spells except for your ultimate. If you do it really correct, especially once you get the 30% CDR from your passive, or if you ever hit 40% with, like, let's say, blue buff. And, I mean, like, I don't know, dude, what's he supposed to do against that? That is really dumb. I mean, he's kind of, I mean, let's be honest, he wasn't even really standing still on his own will. I think his I just kept using my W. Really good, dude. Really good. Actually, really good. So you want to make sure you proc your ultimate when you're passive. So first you want to just go ham. The second your passive is proc, you just want to go absolute ham. Procking, like, using every single ability you can. And just, yeah, and you want to use your ultimate in that as well, because the ultimate will reduce the cooldown of everything as well. But then wouldn't it make I feel like it's kind of weird because it makes CDR on Ryze almost counterintuitive, because the longer the cooldown on your Q, the more you'll reduce all your abilities whenever you spellcast. And the longer it's weird. It's really counterintuitive because you don't want to have CDR so that you can reduce the cooldown on your other abilities more every time you cast a spell. But at the same time, you also do want CDR because you just want CDR. I feel like this is one of those things where you really want to throw in some numbers, crunch the numbers and really figure out what's the best course of action. Because I'm pretty sure there's a really good CDR number that you want to be at where you get the most efficiency out of it. You know what I mean? I mean, I can't really do it off the top of my head right now. This is definitely something you want to kind of crunch some numbers with, but it's very interesting. All I gotta say is that this is feeling very, very overpowered. Honestly, what I'm thinking right now, maybe even maxing Q first is not good. Maybe you should max your W first or something. I like this though. I like this change. I do like it. I feel Ryze has a lot more gameplay like to him right now. Like he has a lot more ways you can play him and like just things you can do rather than him being so damn boring and like just the way he is at the very moment on the live server. Are you part of that YouTube group with no. Everyone's like talking about that now. It's funny. Alright. Alright. Alright guys, I don't really know what else to say other than this is just way too strong. I think this is really, really good. So like setting it up in the laning phase is all good and it's nice. Do I want to flash over this? I want to flash over this. Oh, I was hoping he'll be there. But he's not. Okay, it's okay, we're back to the thing. So in this case I want to pop my ultimate just for the move speed. Oh no. Alright, I pop my ultimate just for the move speed, I don't really care. Doesn't matter too much. Okay, use no one abilities. My god, no, okay, definitely CDR is good. CDR is really, really good. Because you can use your abilities so... You can get like 3, maybe even 4 rotations out once you have max CDR. Oh my goodness, this is insane. What were they thinking when they did this? This is so strong. Oh my god. I don't know. Oh, that hook though. I was hoping he'll go after it. Oh. Oh, I missed my Q. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna go back and I love when people always say pretty sure he's not the real one. I don't know, I always find that fun to like see because like you know I'm sitting here knowing always I'm the real one, right? And people are like questioning it and thinking that I'm not the real one, etc, etc. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I can't remember what I was gonna say, but I think I was saying something along the lines of this is just TOP. Let's go, let's see if we can do anything against these guys over here. Oh, he flashed over. Oh, the fail flash. And you laugh, and the laugh, and the BM laugh. I can't do anything. Oh, I could use my ultimate to actually proc my passive and run up to him. That was awkward. That was really awkward. Okay, so he activated his ultimate. God, this is so strong, guys. I'm sorry, but I hate saying the same thing over and over again, but this is, I don't know, maybe I'm just not facing just high level players. I don't know what it is, but I feel insanely strong. Oh my goodness, like once you get that passive procced, you can just go completely all out and you can just do so much with it. My goodness, why would they do this? So like what I thought at the beginning of the video when I was saying how I thought that the Q is the only ability that can reduce the cooldown of everything else except for the Q itself. That's what I thought initially, right? That's how I read it. And I was wrong, obviously. But I kind of hope right now I'm kind of hoping that I wasn't wrong because I feel like that might actually be pretty good. I don't think that would be super OP. I think that would be pretty balanced, maybe even underbalanced. Maybe add a little something to that, but the fact that any ability can reduce any ability's cooldown in that passive by the Q's cooldown is like, why? Man, what is that? What is that? I might have to add like a small little edit to the beginning of the video so that people don't think I'm like being stupid when I'm not 100% correct on how the passive works. I'm gonna have to add a little text that says, by the way guys, I figured it out. I figured it out. Alright, let's go ahead and go in here. Pop my potions, why not? I almost got my Rod of Ages fully stacked, which is beautiful. My Tear of the Goddess looking pretty nice as well. This Luden's Echo is absolutely gorgeous on Ryze. Love it. Alright. I kind of want to back. I want to see, whenever I have this amount of gold and I back, I'm just tempted to get a large rod instead of upgrade my boots. Oh, Mr. Bard. You know, I want to stand right here and kill him when he comes around. I feel like they're going to be coming around here. Or not. What? Why not? Why wouldn't they? Oh, well, we can just walk through here then. My goodness, it's like... I don't know, dude. What they also should do is have some kind of cooldown. They should have a cooldown so that within each, like the second this passive is done for one rotation, there should be like a 3-second downtime or something, you know? Where I can't just instantly proc the passive again. Because if you have a lot of mana regen, and let's say you have an Athene, so you even get mana back whenever you get a kill or assist. Watch, I can kill this Diana so quick right now, watch this. Like if she walks too close, I'm gonna flash W her. She's not letting me do it. Because I have 4 stacks, and all I have to do is flash W her, pop my ultimate, use my E, use the Q, reduce everything. My E's up. I use my E again, which reduces my Q, which reduces my W. I don't know. A whole bunch of stuff. I don't know, man. This is just so stupid. This really is stupid. This is so dumb. I'm a little upset at how stupid this is. Like, they've had a lot of good reworks lately. Like, I think the Sion rework was great. I mean, yeah, it was a little too strong, but you know, it was good. I need to play this in like an actual, like a higher yellow game, I feel like, to really understand it. Because right now, my thoughts are that this is too overpowered. But I don't know, maybe this just isn't a high yellow game, which it probably isn't. But regardless, that doesn't excuse it for how well I'm doing. Anyway, let's get Death Cap next. I'm gonna go ahead and get blue buff. So I'm at 25% CDR. This is gonna give me another 10%. I mean, 30% CDR? Are you serious? 30%, and I want to have, I think, 30% spell vamp as well, and probably 90 move speed or something. I don't know. This new Ryze, man, looking quite scary. I mean, as a mid laner, what? As a mid laner, I'll be terrified of facing this, but unless I can outrange him. The only way you can ever beat this is if you outrange this guy. Wow. Well, see, it being a skill shot now is quite problematic. All right, let's get back into the laning phase here. I want to go down here. I want to push this in. I want to see what I can do by myself. I want to see if they come at me like 1v4. I want to test the limits, man. That's what I want to do right now. I want to test the limits of this. Nice. The Luden's Echo is really good on this. I like it. Alright, get that E going. Push in this tower, and hopefully these guys come over here. Kill the tower first, of course. Please end this game. Like, I can... I don't know, dude. See, right now I don't have my my passive. So, when you don't have your passive, it is a little sucky, but I mean, it's not hard to get it. Oof, goodness, I'm taking so much damage. I don't want to die, man. I really don't want to die. I don't want to die. Get this. Get this. Oh, wow, the passive got me. I was actually about to kill her. Well, I don't know. I think we would have suicided. Because I'm pretty sure I would have killed her. Because I would have procced my ultimate. And then, well, maybe I would have lived because I had the spell vamp. I would have just Q'd her, and pretty sure that would have killed her for sure. But would it have survived or saved me because of the spell vamp? That's the question. That is the question. Start working towards the death cap here. Kudos to these guys for not surrendering. Well, I mean, they're behind, but it's not like a super duper stomp. It's a stomp, but it's not a super duper stomp, which is, I guess, what really matters. I want to check if their blue buff is up because someone some sneaky person went over to my blue buff and they took it. They just flat out took it. They didn't ask nothing. They just went over into our jungle and took my blue buff without asking. I think that's pretty rude. So we're gonna repay the favor. We're gonna go over to their blue buff and we're gonna do the exact same thing. So I mean, you know, eventually when I get there, we'll do it. Just a matter of time. So I think what they're making Ryze is like just a lot more of a burstier type champion. That's what I'm understanding. I could be wrong, but I really want to find someone just walk into blue to try and get it. Maybe the Ryze even, you know. The damage, man. Oh, so close. Yeah, okay, so I see the downfalls. Okay, so the downfalls are definitely when your passive is like not even close to being stacked, when you're at like 0 or 1. That is a big downfall. Where am I at now? 30% CDR, 25% spell vamp, 80 move speed. Okay, this is 25% spell vamp, which I think is still pretty high. So if you get like a Will of the Ancients, might not be really a bad buy, to be honest. A Will of the Ancients here. I don't know. I really don't. Let's test out the spell vamp. Hold on. Let me pack all these minions together. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. And if I actually had my passive prop there, it would have been even better. Oh, my ultimate. What the hell? My ultimate's already off cooldown? What? It's balanced. And the one thing that's really good is the fact that you can actually proc your passive every time you want with a Q just by throwing it into midair. But that is it, guys. That is the new Ryze. Tell me what you think. If you did enjoy it, please throw in a like, share it with your friends, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.